Oscar BEVIS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here at PWR in East Tilbury, Essex, with Mr. Ricky Mcfarlane, or Mcfarlane Training Systems from Instagram. I spoke to everyone here, Adam, Mickey, spoke to Lee as he was coming in doing his Uber Eats delivery service for them meals, and about how good this place is. It's just so good, isn't it?
It's something that we planned for a good 3 or 4 years now, and it's just unbelievable it's come to fruition. A lot of hard work and a lot of planning, but we've got there, and it is something, it's gone past what we expected it to be honest.
Because if you were to walk in here as someone who's a fan of boxing and see sort of Umar Sadiq and Archie, like, I don't know, lifting weights and running on the treadmill, and you don't notice any ring or any pads or bag or anything, you might be like, hold on, what's going on? But this is equally as important as all of that other stuff.
Yeah, I think our role is to affect what they can do outside the ring. We're not going to come in, they're not going to do pads here, they're not going to spar here, but hopefully we can improve their general athleticism, so when they go to do their boxing, they're in a better position to perform and do what they do best.
There's a lot of lads that have come down here already, and it isn't open to the public yet. No. I believe that's on Monday, but it's going to be busy because it's not the biggest place in the world. It's good equipment, but I can imagine it's going to be pretty busy when things get going.
It's showing signs at the minute of being pretty hectic, so we're planning for it, and I'm sure we've got a great staff here, and everyone's mucking in, so I'm sure we're more than capable of coping with the influx I think we're going to have. And
you're not adverse to working with loads of different boxers. I've said it to you before, it seems like you work with everyone that exists that's ever put a pair of gloves on, everyone in London. I saw you with O'Hara, actually, when I went to see O'Hara in the other side of Essex. Who don't you work with?
I don't think there's many left now, to be honest. Not blowing me on trumpet, but I just seem to something about the Pied Piper of boxers in London for strength conditioning, which I'm not complaining. When I come into this industry, fight sport was something I want to be involved in, and a lot of hard work, and I've got somewhere to where I want to be, but I think there's still a lot of work to do. I think we can really affect what goes on physically in this sport.
How did you end up in the sort of role that you're in now? Because am I right in saying you did box as an amateur?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No, my background was rugby. Oh, right. Yeah, my background was rugby. I actually started off with MMA fighters. So I tried a little bit of jiu-jitsu, which I was absolutely horrendous at, but physically I was very good. Took on a couple of MMA fighters. One of them was Terry Brazier, who then went on to be a 2-weight world champion in BAMA, which is now Bellator, owned by Bellator. And then picked up the likes of Liam Wells when he turned over, Jimmy Croxton, all these local good amateurs, William Hamilton, and just escalated, and the balls just started rolling. And Jamie Robinson turned up and just went berserk from there. It seems like it was, a hard learning process for 2 years, and all of a sudden, within a year, I had no hours left in the day.
And obviously, that's obviously a positive thing from your perspective. How much sort of, association, should I say, do you have with their trainers? Because, obviously, it's all individual. You can't just put everyone on the same sort of training plan. But how much, back and forth would you have with any of their trainers?
Oh, it's constant. I'm very, very lucky that the ones we work with now, they're all very nice people. And we've got a great working relationship. I'm lucky enough that they let me do what I think I do best, and I don't try to touch the boxing at all. It's not my thing. So it's a great working relationship with all of them, like Mickey. Even when Adam was coaching fighters, it was a great relationship. I'm very, very lucky at it. Very lucky.
But you are a boxing fan when it comes down to it, massive boxing fan, yeah. So you'll still be there screaming from first row at your call.
Videos of me ringside for Sam Gillies' title fight, jumping up and down. I'll try and show you. Pretty embarrassing when I didn't realise the camera was behind me, jumping up like a fanboy.
And I suppose, like you said, because you're working with so many people and that sort of grew and more high-profile boxers, do you continue to do that, or because you said you ain't got many hours in the day, do you sort of have to cut it off? And have you had to say to people, look, I physically can't have enough time to spend with you to do any strength and conditioning work?
Yeah, we're getting to that stage now. And with the bigger names comes the bigger fights and the more time they need. So we are getting to that stage, but as you can see around us, we've got a load of budding young strength conditioning coaches that have done a bit of coaching with me before, and also Paul Parker, who here works with us. Adam's here, so we're more than capable of taking on another 100% people. We can double the capacity of the fighters we've got here. it is getting tougher. But these lads around me, they can do what I can do. So I'm not afraid of more people coming.
And I'm going to ask you to rat some people out now. Who's the moodiest in camp? Who's the one where it's just, no matter what they're doing, even if it's all going smoothly, they might not have eaten what they wanted to eat or whatever, and they're just an absolute pain?
There is a few. Jamie Robinson could be quite moody, but in a funny way. I just laugh because he's like Victor Meldrew, but he means well and he trains his absolute nuts off. Nav over there can be quite testing. So just something about him. There's a few, to be fair. Look, fighters go through tough times. Cutting weight, all the hard training, it all adds up. The only one who's residually not normal happy is Umar. So I don't know what's happened to him, but he's residually freakishly happy. So which worries me even more than the miserable ones. So
I was going to say that's more like it's a bit more worrying, that, isn't it? But who's your favourite though?
I ain't got no favourites.
Such a lie, because I know when I said that there was an image that popped up in your head.
No, I got slack last time I said it. I was messing around when I said it was Jamie Robinson, but no, I tried to treat them all exactly the same as the other. I like to think they all get the same service as the other. It's just not. We haven't got one knobhead. We have not got one. They're all good lads. They all work hard. They all listen. They all train. That they. You say, jump, they say how high. We've worked hard on not having any knobheads. It's a real good bunch.
And then Lee Eaton walks into the gym.
100 mile an hour, jumping on boxes like a 5'11" toddler.
He's all right. So just before I let you go, obviously we're going to see boxers return. We have seen boxers return. Frank, Eddie, MTK, it's all picking up back now. How excited are you to just get back to that sort of buzz? Because you can have a couple of weeks off, but like I said, when it comes down to it, it's normality.
The normality side of it, I think my wife's buzzing because I'm obviously going to be at the house again. It was a stage last year where for a good few months I wasn't at home, one weekend of the month. So I think she's excited to get me out of the house again, living like a giant child. But I'm looking forward to it. We've got some good acts in here. And there's some big fights coming up, but these boys have stayed dedicated. No one took time off over lockdown. We were Zooming every day. They was all training together every day in terms of over the Zoom classes. We've got, as a gym, as a group of fighters, we've got some points to prove, and we've got some big fights to do it, so I'm looking forward to it.